Donald Trump is struggling in Florida, in Texas, and in Ohio. Folks, take a look at the new Emerson state polls from September 3rd to September 5th, which just dropped. In Florida, Donald Trump only leads by 3 against Vice President Kamala Harris within the margin of error. Texas, Donald Trump leads by 3 as well, within the margin of error as well. He's only leading 51% to 48%, and it's a pretty close race in Ohio. These supposedly safe states, not safe anymore for Donald Trump. So what is he doing in response? Emergency emails he's been sending all morning like this. Ben, I've got a job for you, sent at 6:33 a.m. And it says, VIP offer from Trump. Ben, you made the cut. Congratulations. You're one of the few patriots from your hometown I'm inviting to join my team before sentencing day. I'm excited to work together to beat the Kamala witch hunts and save America. Thank you. Join Team Trump. But when you click it, you have to donate hundreds or thousands of dollars to him if you really want to join. Here's the next email that he sends to people on his listserv. I subscribe so you don't have to. He writes, Ben, you know I love you. You know I love you. And you open this up and he goes, I'm making an emergency announcement in 24 hours. But before I take the rally stage for the final time ahead of next week's debate, I want to deliver Comrade Kamala a soul-crushing defeat. Ben, I want to hear that you are the one to make it happen. I'm counting on you. I also just want to say I will always love you. So thank you for your support. And then he sends this one. My sentencing has been delayed. Here's my emergency response. All charges should be dropped. There should never have been any charges. There should never have been a conviction. This case should be dead. And he puts that in bold. No matter what the corrupt and conflicted judge decides, here's my solemn promise to you. I will never surrender. And by the way, I've heard a lot of commentators saying that they actually think it's a good thing that Justice Merchan continued these sentencings because they said Donald Trump will just try to continue to fundraise off it and grift off his base. And now he actually has to talk about issues. And so when you ask him questions about childcare, for example, he can't even put together a coherent sentence at all. Or when you ask him basic questions, he doesn't even know how to handle them. Can I give you some other important data, folks, that is just dropping? Here are the August fundraising numbers. Vice President Kamala Harris trounced Donald Trump. Vice President Kamala Harris had the best grassroots fundraising month in presidential history. She raised $361 million. Donald Trump only raised $130 million. Kamala cash. So Kamala Harris raised $361 in August. It's the most ever, nearly triple Trump's fundraising for the month. The campaign had 1.3 million first-time donors, 75% of whom did not make a donation last election cycle. 95% of all August donations for Harris were under $200. All right, are you ready for this fact? Traditional bed sheets can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat. It can lead to acne, allergies, and stuffy noses. It's just gross. Miracle Made, however, offers a whole line of self-cleaning antibacterial bedding, such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters that prevent up to 99.7% of bacteria growth and require up to 3 times less laundry. It's why I use Miracle Made on my bedding. Using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, no matter the weather, so you get a better sleep every single night. It's why I love Miracle Sheets. Miracle Sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. So go to trymiracle.com/Meidas. Trymiracle.com/Meidas and try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save up to 40%. And if you use our promo code Meidas at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Meidas and use the code Meidas to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Meidas to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. How about this, folks, as well? We have 88 corporate leaders have come out today to endorse Vice President Kamala Harris in a new letter, including CEOs of Yelp and Box and others. What a powerful letter that they sent. Also, we're talking about the Snap CEOs, the former CEO of Pepsi and Lyft, Starbucks and Ford. They endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris. The business community can be confident that it will have a president who wants American industries to thrive, they say about Vice President Kamala Harris in the letter. Also, the facts and data don't lie. Take a look at what President Biden posted. America has the strongest economy in the world, and it's not even close. We're number one. So when Donald Trump and all of these MAGAs try to talk negatively about the United States of America and try to make it seem like we're living in some Mad Max dystopian film, the reality is that America's trouncing all G7 nations right now in post-pandemic recovery. Just take a look at the data, folks. And we were doing horrible economically when Trump was in charge. President Biden posts, thanks to our work to rescue the economy, nearly 16 million jobs have been created. Wages and incomes are rising faster than prices, and Americans are opening small businesses at a record rate. Millions of acts of hope and confidence are in our economy right now. Carl Quintanilla also posts how JP Morgan's David Kelly just told CNBC, we think inflation will run at 2.6% annual rate next week. Meanwhile, unemployment is running at only 4.2%. That combination, again, this is just data, folks. That combination is better than it's been for 85% of the time over the past 50 years. Can I give you some additional data points as well that we're learning about? You know how Governor Walz just spoke in Erie, Pennsylvania? Well, Governor Walz drew 2,500 people at his speech, whereas J.D. Vance had about 200 people at his speech recently. So let's just go and show you what Donald Trump is doing today as well. Let's compare it to Vice President Kamala Harris. And then I want to show you some big news as well in Texas today, as I alluded to earlier as well. So here is Donald Trump saying that he thinks that the appeal in the E. Jean Carroll case was rigged because all three judges are against him, and he whines that it's all rigged. Here, play this clip.
I've read and I've heard it's not a friendly panel, but I wasn't surprised because I don't get friendly panels. But where we've had fair judges, where we've had brilliant judges, frankly, I don't know the judge in Florida, Judge Cannon, don't know her at all. But I think she's a brilliant woman. I think she handled a scam. It's a scam case. That's the document.
Then Donald Trump can't remember if he was president or not when the first E. Jean Carroll trial happened in 2023. He was not. Then he says he wanted to show up for the trial, but he didn't because he blames his lawyers who told him not to show up, which is false. Donald Trump just fled to Scotland and Ireland because he was too afraid to testify. Here, play this clip.
I wanted to show up to the trial, to the first trial. My lawyer, who's not up here, not with us any longer, sir, you should not show up. You're the former president or the president. I don't even know when the trial was, but you're the president of the United States, sir. This is beneath you. I've got this 100%. The dress is negative, but he wasn't able to use it. Sir, it's beneath you to show up. I said, but wouldn't that be bad for a jury? Wouldn't that be sort of bad for a jury if I don't show up? He said, sir, you don't have to show up. I've got this. You shouldn't do it. It's beneath you. It's beneath the office of the president. I understood what he meant by that. And so I didn't show up. And I was found guilty.
Now, that's what Donald Trump's saying. Here you have Liz Cheney speaking at the Texas Tribune event. They do a great job there. And here she is saying that Dick Cheney is going to be voting for Kamala Harris. Play this clip.
Dick Cheney, your father, a beloved figure among Democrats for many, many years. Do you, if you know who he will be supporting or who he'll be voting for, do you care to share with us who he might be voting for?
Dick Cheney will be voting for Kamala Harris.
Okay. Wow.
And finally, let me show you what Vice President Kamala Harris just had to say. Play the clip.
First of all, it is putting more money in the pockets of middle-class people. And I come from a middle-class background, unlike my opponent, who had a rich daddy who helped him start his career, and then he went bankrupt multiple times. I come from a middle-class background raised by a working mother who put all of her hard work into me and my sister Maya. But I will tell you, the tax issue is really pretty basic for me. The billionaires and the biggest corporations can afford to pay more, and they've got to pay their fair share. And that's one of the ways that I will address what we need to do to make sure that everyone is carrying their weight. And my plans, and the economists have talked about my plans, my plans will actually reduce the deficit by $1 trillion as compared to my opponent, who could keep, because he gives tax breaks to the richest people, contributing to the deficit and not helping the middle class, because, of course, teachers and nurses and firefighters should not be paying more in taxes than the richest people in our country.
Well, there you have it, folks. We'll keep you posted as we learn more. Hit subscribe and let's get to 4 million subscribers, shall we? Have a wonderful day.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.